What's that? Oh, hi here, Vince here. I'm back for another video, and today I'm talking about something I haven't talked about because I'm talking about the Great British Bake Off 2018. Yes, it's been on our screens for about 4 weeks now, and let me talk about it. Because, well, the first time I watched Bake Off is Series 3 back in 2012. Was the first series I watched back all the way back 6 years ago when it was on BBC Two. If you remember those days when it was on the BBC. Yes. So I watched it quite early on. I mean, at the time it was just it wasn't as big as it is now. It was just this little cooking show on the BBC Two, and you know, I actually, it was a family thing. I watched it to see what it was like. I saw some trailers. I think I saw a trailer where I remember, like, the first trailer I saw of Bake Off was I saw this cake and it was cut in two, and then they cut it, and then it was a picture of a Union Jack. That was the first memory I saw of Bake Off. So yeah, then that was the first series, and then when it was moved to BBC One a couple of years later, I then really got into it. And then, you know, a fun fact about me, I have never revealed on this channel, is that I really like cooking, I really love it, and I went for a course in cooking in culinary skills to learn how to be a chef. I've actually really loved cooking, and that's my passion. If I wasn't doing TV reviews on this channel, I would love to do cooking videos and baking videos, but you know, the reason why I haven't done it is because there's quite a lot of work to do. I'm not saying I'm lazy, but I mean, first of all, I don't know what to cook. I mean, I'll probably end up making cakes and that, and also I think my family would probably get a bit sick of me cooking every day, so yeah, in the kitchen as well, because all I make is cakes and yeah. But I love cooking, and if I wasn't doing these TV reviews, I would love to cook something. Maybe that could be an idea in the future, I don't know. But anyway, let's get back to Bake Off. So yes, I really loved watching Bake Off when it was on BBC One. I really got into it. And then it moved to Channel 4, and I was a bit iffy about the whole thing. I wasn't so sure if it was going to be good or bad. But then it moved, and actually it wasn't not too bad, actually. You had Paul Hollywood being himself. He was Mr. Nasty, but you know what? I mean, he was the tent baddie. He is a tent baddie, kind of, but he knows what he's talking about. He does more Hollywood handshakes. Then you got Prue Leith, who was a very good replacement, I think, of Mary Berry. She knows what she's talking about. She's got this British, I don't know what it is, but she's got like this British sound. Like the same with Mary Berry. She's very British in a way, if you know what I mean. I think that's what makes Bake Off good. It's the best of British, if you know what I mean. And you know, Prue and Mary sound very British, if you know what I mean. I don't know how to say it. Anyway, and you've got Sandy, who I love. I think she's a great presenter. Sandy Toksvig. And you got Noel Fielding, who I took a bit of a while to get to know too. He does, at the start, he was a bit lost in the tent, I feel, finding his place. But I can live with him. I think he's okay. He was okay. And the tasks, the challenges, when it moved to Channel 4, were actually really good. I remember the illusion cakes I had the first week last year, and then the board game task I thought for Biscuit Week last year. It was a very good idea. And all the I think it was I can't say the word, the fortune cookie tasks, the technical, I can't say that word now, technical tasks of the fortune cookie last year I really liked, because they had those secret messages in. So yeah, last year was okay, but I think the problem was, and it's not Channel 4, it's not the new cast stars of Bake Off, it wasn't the challenges. I think the problem was the cast. Now, I don't know what it is, but I just felt last year's casts were a little bit forgetful in a way. Don't get me wrong, they're probably nice people and they were all good bakers. They all did something in a way, but I don't know what it is. But I mean, yes, I think what's good about Bake Off is the diversity you have in the tent. I mean, you have all these like 12 bakers who come from all walks of life, and they're so diverse, and yet they still get along, and you get to see their journey, you see what they do for a living, why they want to bake, where they live, what their friends and family are thinking about them, what they're like. For me, last year's cast, I think, were forgetful because I don't know, we didn't really see a lot of their personalities. There were hardly motivation. I don't know. I mean, there were a few bakers I actually liked. Liam, obviously Liam. He was such a good baker, and he was robbed. He should have won. Fair and square, he should have won. I'm still not happy. He was robbed. Flo, I loved Flo last year as well. I will never forget. I will always remember that watermelon illusion cake. That was so good, and she was so much fun. But yeah, apart from that, it was still diverse. It had people from different backgrounds. I remember there was somebody from Russia, somebody from Scotland, and Sophie last year, I was happy for her to win because she was a good baker and I was predicting she was going to win. And I'm happy she won because I think she was the best baker in the final, but we didn't really see enough of personality in that tent, unfortunately. I don't know what it is. Maybe all we knew was she was in the army and that was it. We didn't really see much of her personality. And I think out of all the winners of Bake Off, she has had the least success. Not because it's on Channel 4 or anything, but I mean, you take Nadia and you take Candice from previous years and previous winners, and they've had success and fame, not because they were on BBC when Bake Off was on the BBC, but they showed personality. You showed Nadia was, at the start, was the underdog, but then we all loved her facial expressions, and she became now a national treasure. And then you got Candice, who we all love, her lipstick she wore each week, and she ended up being the best bake. And then she's had, like Nadia, wrote cookbooks and was robbed on Dancing on Ice. I think Sophie, yeah, and you've got Sophie. I mean, Sophie, I'm happy she won, but I think she should have showed a bit more personality. I think all the contestants last year should have showed a bit of personality. I don't know what it is, maybe because it was on Channel 4, maybe there was low applications last year because people weren't sure about it moving to Channel 4. Maybe because attention was on Prue Leith and Sandy and Noel. I don't know, but well done Sophie for winning last year. And also Prue Leith announced the winner last year, hours before the final, and luckily I didn't see the tweet. I didn't see the tweet before the final, so I didn't know it was going to be Sophie, so luckily I didn't know because I didn't check Twitter before that, so I was quite lucky then. But anyway, that was last year, that was then, this is now. We're in the 9th series of Bake Off, so I presume the 10th anniversary of Bake Off will be next year, I presume. 10 years next year, I think. Anyway, it's the 9th series this year. And I've got to tell you, I actually really love this series of Bake Off. Because you know what? This is the series I wanted last year. The cast is so much better from last year. It is so much diverse. And yet, this time, well, we know who Prue Leith is, we know who Sandy and Noel is, so we now can get into who the contestants are, and it's so good because you see their personalities, you see, like, Rahul, who's a great baker and can't stop talking, you've got, who else, Kim Joy, who's a colourful character and very interesting, you've got John, who wears these these colourful t-shirts. You've got Karen, who wears unusual glasses, but we love her, and she's from Yorkshire. And then we've got Manon, who's a French beautiful girl, who's a good baker, and you get And what's good about this cast is that you get to see each personality and they grow each week. So it's been on 4 weeks now, and I really love it now. Good cast, and also very controversially they started Biscuit Week, which I think is a little bit controversial because they always start with Cake Week. Controversy there. But anyway, the challenges, I mean Channel 4 have, I mean they're really good at like what the bakers should make each week. Also last week they had this, Sophia, chocolate Sophia, and then these like bombs, and you pour like liquid on them and they melt, and oh, that was a good one. It was dessert week last week. So we've had biscuits, we've had, then it was cake week, then it was bread week, and then it was desserts week. So I think it's been a good series. I think, it's very hard to find who will win Bake Off, because it's been, you might be favourite all series, but then at the final it all changes, and so yeah, it's gonna be interesting. I think the top three, I think the contestant, I think I want another guy to win, because it's like the last 5 years we've had female winners. Maybe it'll be a guy who wins this year. I really hope so. I think the top three who will make it to the final will be Rahul, Dan, I think he is a good baker, and Manon. Because although she was the star baker the first week, then she's gone a little bit quiet. But yeah, I think she will make the final, and I think Rahul, because I think Rahul will win the series. That's my prediction. I don't know, it's so hard to predict Bake Off because they change it every week. You can come from the favourite one week, and then next week you could just lose it all, and then you could be out the 10. I've seen it in the past. You could be star baker one week, and then you might be bottom of the pile next, and then you'll be out. So I think Rahul, because he's been everybody's rooting for him. He's like the Liam this year. A lot of people have been rooting for him, so to do well. And he's been star baker quite a lot of times. I think he could do it. I really hope he does do it. I'm rooting for him. I want another guy to win. I think Rahul could be the guy to do it. I really hope so. So yeah, that's my prediction who's going to win Bake Off this year. Comment down below who you think is going to win Bake Off here, and what do you think of this year? I think it's really good. It's much better than last year. It's much more... I prefer the cast this year than last. Much more personality. We get to know who the bakers are, which is good. And I think the tasks this year are I think they're good this year. Comment down below what you think of Bake Off this year. Subscribe to my channel if you want. And I will see you next time for another video. Bye.